Alrighty. Let's drive over here and put that away. I do want a couple more sheds over here, but I really don't know what yet. I think I was talking about switches for the model railway, track switches, and I'd ordered 8 units last week, actually the week before last. Ordered them on the Friday. It looks like they got dispatched on Saturday. The model shop got their delivery to me on Friday last week, and Rails of Sheffield got theirs delivered on Saturday. So there's only a day in it, and I think the Rails delivery got held up in customs, which is why it took them an extra day. Okay, we'll park that there. Jump out. Yeah. I think next job I'll do the Massey Ferguson. I'll get that all hooked up to the sprayer. We'll do the spraying. Oh, speaking of spraying, Millennial Farmer did a video this week. He was down at John Deere test grounds in Iowa, I believe, and he got to play with a new self-propelled sprayer. He said the booms were carbon fibre because they're quite heavy. They had two separate spray systems on it, 2 pumps, 2 feeds, 2 lots of sensors, 2 lots of spray heads, just the works. And they were explaining to him that he could put a general herbicide in one tank and just spray the entire field, and then a targeted herbicide for spot spraying. So you had all of the cameras and electronics on the booms as well, all of which make it heavier. And so by using carbon fibre booms, it means that you're reducing the weight of the thing. And then they took that out and went and sprayed a field with water. That one, and off we go. So we need some fertilizer. Let's go get some. And I need to kind of turn on the help. Turn on crop sensor. Okay, crop sensor is on. Automatic spray, I believe, should be on. And we'll just run over here, get this thing filled up. I don't know how much fertilizer I have, which may be another expense. Which is a good job. We borrowed 25,000. Exit. And, start filling. Oh, we've got absolute tons of stuff, so no problems. So yeah, so that's next weekend. We're just going to have this weekend we've just got Mrs. Osa and Teenage Osa. Next weekend, I think we got Teenage Osa. She goes on the Monday at 2 o'clock in the morning, which isn't the greatest. I think they're leaving the church at 2 o'clock in the morning, so that looks like there's weeds in here. Guess we're going to have to... Really? Excuse me, I'm going to get out and have a look. There are weeds. Oh, this field needs ploughing. I didn't plough it? Are you serious? Oh man, I thought I ploughed this. Oh. Well, that's going to affect the yield on this field, I guess. No GPS on this tractor. It doesn't matter. Okay, this should probably chew through all of the fertilizer. You can see the difference. It's going from a dark orange. The light orange in the next field is the grass level of nitrogen requirement. And we're going from below that to significantly above it. Okay, who runs the weeder? I think the weeder I used to run on the Class 800. That's stuff. Weeders, I have 250 horsepower. Yeah, I don't think I've got a medium tractor that can do that. 225, 200, no. Okay, so the weeder we're going to have to pull. I might do it with the Zerian. I'll get that out into this field as soon as we've finished spraying it. That's so annoying. I thought I had ploughed all of the fields and obviously didn't do this one. That's a stupid oversight on my part. Or is it? Yeah. This was one of the maize fields, so it should have been ploughed, and I didn't do it. Which means when we harvest next year, I'm going to have to remember it, because just going with it as is, you don't have to plough after canola. That will affect the canola yield. Now the plan for the canola is we will be buying the oil mill and running the oil down there so we can actually make use of our bakery next year. Can't do anything with the bakery now, we just don't have all of the products. Also don't have a purchase point for yeast anywhere. Hmm. 15% in one lap. It's going to use a sizable proportion of this tank to get this field done by the looks of it. Oh, hi dears. So yeah, the cameras for the See and Spray are all these little modules on top. They look out for weeds and would target the weeds with herbicide if we did that. I could really boost up. I don't think I've got much in the way of liquid herbicide. I could spray this field if I felt like it. The problem is it affects yield quite severely. And the penalty for using herbicide is worse than the penalty for not having a great environmental score across the farm. But we are going to obviously lose environmental score here because of that. One of the things I like about having the See and Spray attacher on the on this is you can see how much of an overlap you're getting as you run parallel rows. So we weren't using probably the outer 2 or 3 nozzles there. It doesn't matter because we're going efficiency, not speed. I can probably juggle that to the left a little bit more. Oops, that's maybe too much more. Because now I'm using the end nozzle and I could be missing bits of the field if I'm not careful. No, we're not. Big patch of ground that didn't germinate. I think that's a divot and our large seeder just doesn't plant as we drive over that portion. Now I need to sidle over to the right a bit so that we don't miss too much of the crop. There we go. That's a little bit more comfortable. And then I think Teenage Osa's team thing is Monday through Friday. Well, they leave on Monday. I think the event is Tuesday through Thursday, and then they travel home on Friday. So she'll be here both weekends. So what is this? 4th moon? I think she's gone next week. Might be the 15th to the 19th. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think it's 15th to the 19th. But anyway, I have 0 in the way of time. I actually, tell a lie, I have 2 days for a vacation left for the year. And the problem is that I have another injection on my back this month. And so obviously I've got to take that first day off because it's a hour and a half's drive to the hospital, and I'm probably going to need at least a little bit of recovery time. It wasn't too bad, but the next day you're sore because they've stabbed you in the back with multiple needles, and it's just easier to sit on something soft and rest your back and not compress anything. So that's going to be a thing. Anyway, last strip here. Yeah, I'll have to do weeding with the Zerian. Because seeding will be done by the case most of the time. Yes. Alrighty. That field is done. So, Zerian and weeder. Don't even know where I put the weeder. None of those. I think Zerian's in the first bay. Hello. I was going to say, how did I end up in the big M? Okay. Looks okay. Okay, looks like the weeder's over here. And, ooh, I think it's the folded up thing. Alrighty, did want to do another thing with this. Indeed I do. Low reader and fold reader, toggle fuse control, keys, steering, toggle control Y. Front wheel steering. Grab left, grab right, all wheel, front wheel, okay. I tend to find that for field work like this, the Zerian does do a little bit more thoroughly when it's set to front wheel steer instead of all wheel steer. All wheel steer can throw off a worker. So I think, you know what, I'll come round to here. Oh, maybe I should have gone all wheel steer just before I got here. As soon as I'm past, oh. Let's unfold that. And let's get the course going. Up, down, automatic direction. Let's go longest edge. Oh, that's going circle. Number of headlands 2. Start work on the centre. Okay, what do I need to set that I didn't? Headland corner smooth, clockwise. Okay. Courseplay. That's the headland one, that's the centre. See, lands. We're not doing lands, we're just going up and down. Okay, let's go with that, see what happens. Generate field workcourse. Bang. We are starting over there. Lined up and off you go. And killing off the weeds, yay. So we will get some benefit from this, not 100% benefit. Anyway, let's go back to forwards. There we go. Hey, long hauler, it's a vacator holiday. You can take the day off. And I didn't crash into anything yet. Oh, happy what is it? Thanksgiving? No, Thanksgiving's British. Oh, Independence Day. Actually, polling day in England. They are probably voting out the current government in an absolute landslide. The British Conservative government has done such a bad job that polls would indicate that people are so totally unimpressed that even in strong seats they may not win anything. Oh, well. That doesn't sound so much like an earning day. Okay, so here, for those of you who didn't see it, I chopped the straw on this segment of the field. So that's why we have a boosted nitrogen level. I'm using conservation farming mod, which left quite a lot of nitrogen on the field, and actually way more than grass likes. So yeah, what we have here is a rather unfortunate event. Next time I harvest a field that I'm planning to put grass in immediately, I need to pull the straw off the field because we just don't need the additional nitrogen. Now, if I'm going to put something like canola or the other stuff, what's the other stuff? Maize in the field, I want to make sure that I do chop the straw, because the cost of fertilizer is going to be quite significant if I don't. Yes. Well, yes. And the problem with it, I left when Tony Blair was elected, because Tony Blair just declared war on private enterprise and effectively said that I ran my own business, and so the way taxation had been working for the previous 70 years was, if you run your own business, you're allowed to pay for your costs, and you pay tax on your profits, not on your revenue. Your revenue is your total income, regardless of cost. And Tony Blair turned around and said, you know what, we're just going to treat you like an employee of your customers and